Channel message.
One of the stranger things about growth is realizing that some people never actually meet the current version of you. They meet you once, then they spend years talking about your history. No matter how much you change, they keep reaching backward and introducing you to the old versions of yourself. The one from that neighborhood, the one from that family, that school, that relationship, that mistake. That season where you knew less, tolerated more, expected less from yourself, right? And they present that version as evidence, as if the origin is your identity, as if human beings are fixed objects instead of evolving ones. People love to speak about environment like it is destiny because destiny removes responsibility. But if environment was absolute, everyone raised in the same conditions would become identical. Yeah? Well, they don't. The same parents can raise one child who questions everything and another who repeats everything. The same house can produce one person who learns boundaries and another who learns control. The same pain can create wisdom in one person and entitlement in another. The same conditions can produce entirely different outcomes, right? Which means eventually we have to admit something uncomfortable. Environment matters, but it's not the whole story. Because after a certain point, some people are no longer living from their environment. They are protecting it, protecting the rules, protecting the identity, protecting the excuses, protecting the comfort of believing life happened to them and never required anything from them in return. That is why growth can make people hostile, aggressive. And it's not because your transformation is so unbelievable. It's because it's inconvenient. Your existence becomes evidence. Evidence that the script was editable. Evidence that survival and permanence are not the same thing, right? Evidence that adaptation was possible. And people do not always like living beside evidence because evidence asks questions. If she changed, why didn't I? If he left, what was I waiting for? If they healed, what am I still defending? Those are expensive questions. So instead of asking them, some people do something easier. They reduce you or try to, right? They shrink you back to where they first understood you. They remind you of who your parents were. They remind you of where you grew up. They remind you of who you used to date, who you used to be married to, who you used to, right? They remind you of your worst moments. Not because they don't see your growth, it's because they do. Because if they acknowledge who you become, they may have to confront who they chose to remain. People rarely punish growth. They punish what growth exposes. And what if growth exposes this? It exposes that not everyone trapped is imprisoned. Some people built furniture in their cage, decorated it, called it identity. They liked it. It's a great seating arrangement, right? They become angry at anyone who left. So don't let anybody pin you to an environment you've already outgrown. You were supposed to. You can respect where you came from without shrinking yourself to fit inside it. You can understand your history without worshiping it. You can carry the lessons without carrying the limits. Your roots explain your beginning. They do not own your ending. Do you understand?
End of message.